So this is a system of equations with three variables, three equations, three variables that we're trying to solve for. And they can be a little tricky to do. What you want to do is look for the easiest variable to eliminate in two goes. So I see here that my z column here, I have a 4z, 1z, and negative 2z. And so all of those I could get to be some type of 4 or negative 4, which is going to work best for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the top two equations. I'm going to multiply this equation by a negative 4, because then that's going to give me a negative 4z, and I'm going to combine it with the top equation, 4z, and those will eliminate. So I'm going to go ahead and copy down the top equation, 4x minus 5y plus 4z equals 7. And you really have to take your time and copy them correctly, because it's easy to miss a sign or something, and then it kind of messes things up. Now, this equation is going to become negative 20x minus 8y minus 4z equals 0. So I multiply by negative 4 all the way across. Okay, now when I add those equations, I'm going to get the z's to cancel out, yay. And then I'm going to get negative 16x minus 13y equals 7. Now that's not my favorite equation, but it'll be okay for now. All right, now what I want to do is I want to look at the middle equation. All right, so let me recopy it. The 5x plus 2y plus z equals 0. And the bottom equation, 3x plus 2y minus 2z equals 8. And then what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to multiply the middle equation by 2, because then that's going to give me 2z, and I'm going to combine it with a negative 2z, and those will eliminate. So here I'm going to get, I have to multiply all the way across, 10x plus 4y plus 2z equals 0. And then this bottom equation is just going to stay the same. So 3x plus 2y minus 2z equals 8. Then I'll add those together and get 13x plus 6y equals 8. Well, I was hoping it would be a little bit easier to work with, but I'm not seeing that it is. I can double check my work, try to see if I made any mistakes. I don't see any mistakes, but sometimes they happen. I'm not seeing any. Hopefully I copied it down right. Okay, well, we'll know soon. So now the thing is, I've got to get something to eliminate from this orange equation and this black equation. I'm going to go with the y's, because a little bit smaller numbers I don't have to deal with the negative 16. So this top equation, I'm going to multiply it by 6, and the bottom equation, I'm going to multiply by 13. All right, so now let's see what we get up here in the top equation. Let me make it orange. Okay, so what's 6 times 16? Negative 16. I think it's negative 96x. And then 6 times 13, 78. Negative 78y equals 42. Now, those are kind of big numbers, so it might be scary, but let's just hope for the best. And then down here, I've got 13 times 13. What's that? 169x. Plus 78y. Those are going to cancel out like we're hoping. And then what's 8 times 13? 104? I think it's 104. I might have to get a calculator. Okay, now what happens here? I've got a negative 96, and I'm adding it to the 169. So I believe that's 73x. These are dropping out. Then 42 and 104 is going to be 146. Now, This is my first feeling of happiness here. So I have a good feeling because 73 goes into 146. Now it's no guarantee that it's right, but it does make me happy that it's an integer. So I get x equals 2. And I like the looks of that. Now the next thing to do is to find y. I have all kinds of xy equations. I have one here, I have one here, I have one here, and I have one right here. I'm going to use that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the x in that I just found, 2 plus 6y equals 8. And then I have to solve this. So 13 times 2 is what, 26? Subtract the 26 from both sides, and I get 6y equals negative 18. I like the looks of that as well, because 6 will go into it, and I get y equals negative 3. Okay, great. Then I have to find an equation that has x, y, and z. So I'm just going to use this one right here. It's kind of handy there. There's the 3 original equations. You could use any of them. And I'm going to be putting in 2 for x and negative 3 for y. And so I'm going to get 3 times 2 plus 2 times negative 3 minus 2z equals 8. And so this is a 6 minus 2z equals 8. Those cancel out. Negative 2z equals 8. Divide by negative 2, and I get z equals negative 4. Now I know these problems are difficult to do. There's just so many places where you can make an error. So take your time, double check your work before you go on. I happen to have looked up the answer, so I know these are right. But you want to write your final answer as an ordered triple, and it's going to go x, y, z. So you have to make sure you put it in that order. And so in this case, it's going to be 2, negative 3, negative 4. And then that's the answer. All right, so they're long and they take a lot of paper and there's lots of places to make mistakes. And hopefully this video helps. There's other ways you could do this problem. I try to avoid fractions. That's why the numbers got so large, like the 169x. Because I'm trying to avoid fractions, okay?